This play is sponsored by the California Civil Liberties Public Education Program, a state-funded grant project of the California State Library.
Now, LA Theater Works continues our production of The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, adapted by Frank Galati.
Bought ourselves an old jalopy, piled our things up high on toppy, and then we hit the highway headed west. With the sun behind our backs, the highway by the railroad tracks became the place we ate and slept and lived. Rolling and rambling down that road. One more time. Rolling and rambling down that road. Rolling and rambling down that road.
You men want to camp here?
No, it's okay. We got folks here. We dropped them off. Hi, Pa.
Thought you was gonna be gone all week. Get her fixed.
We was pig lucky. Got a part for the Hudson 4 dark. We can get going first thing in the morning.
That's a pretty nice thing. Ma's worried. Your grandma's offered chump.
If you three fellas want to camp here, it'll cost you 4 bits. Get a place to camp and water and wood, and nobody won't bother you.
What the hell? We can sleep in the ditch right beside the road, and it won't cost nothing.
Deputy sheriff comes on by in the night, might make it tough for you. Got a law against sleeping out in this state. Got a law against vagrants.
If I pay you $50, I ain't a vagrant, huh?
That's right.
Deputy sheriff ain't your brother-in-law by any chance?
No, he ain't. And the time ain't come yet when us local folk got to take no talk from you goddamn bums, neither.
It don't trouble you none to take her 4 bits. And when we get to be bums, we ain't asked you for nothing. All of us bums, huh? Well, we ain't asked for no nickels from you for the chance to lay down and rest.
Come off it, Tom.
Sure, I'll come off it. I don't want to make no trouble. It's a hard thing to be named a bum. I ain't afraid. I'll go for you and your deputy with my mitts here now, jump Jesus. But there ain't no good in it.
Ain't you got $50?
Yeah, I got it, but I'm gonna need it. I can't set it out just for sleeping.
Well, we all gotta make a living.
Yeah, only I wish there was some way to make her without taking her away from somebody else.
We'll get moving smart early. Look, mister, we paid. These here fellas is part of our folks. Can't they stay? We paid $1.50.
For 9. 3 more is another 50 cents.
Me, Casey, and Al will go along the road, Pa. I'll come for you in the morning. That all right with you, mister?
The same number it stays is come and paid. That's all right.
Yeah, we'll go along pretty soon.
It's dirt hard for folks to tear up and go. Folks like us that had our place. We ain't shiftless. Till we got tractored off, we was people with a farm.
Cropping?
Sure, we was sharecropping. Used to own a place.
Same as us.
Lucky for us, it ain't gonna last long. We'll get out west, we'll get work, and get a piece of growing land with water.
You folks must have a nice little pot of money.
No, we ain't got no money. But there's plenty of us to work, and we're all good men. Get good wages out there, and we'll put them together. We'll make out.
You're going out there? Oh, Christ. You're going out and get good wages. Oh, Christ. Picking oranges, maybe? You gonna pick peaches?
Take what they got. They got lots of stuff to work in. What's so goddamn funny about that?
You folks all going to California, I bet.
I told you that. You didn't guess nothing.
Me, I'm coming back. I've been there. I'm going back to starve. I'd rather starve all over at once.
What the hell are you talking about? I got a handbill says they got good wages, and a little while ago I seen a thing in the paper says they need folks to pick fruit.
Yeah, I don't want to fret you.
You ain't gonna fret us. You done some jackass, and you ain't gonna shut up now. Handbill says they need men.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of men they need.
What you talking about?
Look, how many men they say they want on your handbill?
800. And that's in one little place.
Orange color handbill.
Yes.
Oh, don't listen to him. He don't know nothing.
Give the name of the fella. Says so-and-so labor contractor.
That's right. How'd you know?
It don't make no sense. This fella wants 800 men. So he prints up 5,000 of them things. Maybe 20,000 people sees them. Maybe 2,000-3,000 folks gets moving on account of this here handbill. Folks is crazy with worry.
But it don't make no sense.
Not till you see the fella put out this here bill. And you'll see him. There's somebody that's working for him. You'll be a-camping by a ditch, you and 50 other families, and he'll look in your tent, see if you got anything left to eat. And if you got nothing, he says, "Want a job?" And you'll say, "I sure do, mister. I'll sure thank you for a chance to do some work." And he'll say, "I can use you." He'll say, "When do I start?" And he'll tell you where to go and what time, and then he'll go on. Now, maybe he needs 200 men. So he talks to 500, and they tell other folks, and when you get to the place, there's 1,000 men, and this here fella says, "I'm paying 20 cents an hour." Maybe half the men walk off, but there's still 500 that's so goddamn hungry, they'll work for nothing but biscuits.
You sure you ain't one of these here troublemakers? You sure you ain't a labor faker?
I swear to God I ain't.
There's plenty of them going around stirring up trouble.
That's right.
Getting folks mad, chiseling in.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them. Time's gonna come when we string them all up. All them troublemakers.
Right.
We're gonna run them out of the country. Man wants to work okay. If we don't, what the hell with them? We ain't gonna let them stir up no trouble.
I tried to tell you folks. Something took me a year to find out. Took 2 kids dead. Took my wife dead to show me, but I can't tell you. I should have knew that. Nobody couldn't tell me neither. I can't tell you about them little fellas laying in that tent with their bellies puffed out and just skin on their bones and shivering and whining like pups, and me running around trying to get work. Not for money, not for wages, Jesus Christ, just for a cup of flour and a spoon of lard. and then the coroner come. He said, "These children died of heart failure." Put that on his paper. Shivering they was. Their bellies stuck out like a pig bladder. But I can't tell you.
It's getting late. Gotta go to sleep.
Probably shiftless. There's so goddamn many shiftless fellas on the road now.
Ma.
Oh, they're all sleeping. Grandma finally dozed off.
Fella was just saying.
Funny what he says. Says there's lots of folks on the way.
I'm just a-twittering to go on. I want to get where it's rich and green. I want to get there quick.
Everybody settled in?
All but Connie and Rosa Sharon. They went off to sleep in the open. Says it's too warm in camp.
Suppose he's telling the truth, that fella.
He's telling the truth, all right. The truth for him. He wasn't making nothing up.
How about us? Is that the truth for us?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Clarksville, Ozark, Van Buren, Fort Smith on 64. And there's the end to Arkansas, then all the roads into Oklahoma City. 66 down from Tulsa, 270 up from McAllister, 81 from Wichita Falls south, from Enid north.
You people sure have got nerve.
What do you mean?
Well, starting out in a jalopy like this?
It don't take no nerve to do something when there ain't nothing else you can do. Well, thanks for the gas, mister. We'll drag on.
Jesus, what a hard-looking outfit.
Them Okies, they're all hard-looking.
Jesus, I'd hate to start out in a jalopy like that.
Well, you and me got sense. Them goddamn Okies got no sense and no feeling. They ain't human. A human being wouldn't live like they do. Human being couldn't stand to be so dirty and miserable. They ain't a hell of a lot better than gorillas.
Well, just the same, I'm glad I ain't crossing the country to no Hudson Super 6. She sounds like a threshing machine.
Well, you know, they don't have much trouble. They're so goddamn dumb, they don't know it's dangerous. And Christ almighty, they don't know any better than what they got. Why worry?
Well, I'm not worrying. I just thought if it was me, I wouldn't like it.
Well, that's because you know better. They don't know any better.
Holbrook, Joseph City, Winslow. They drove all night and came to the mountains in the night. They passed the summit in the dark and came slowly down in the late night. And when the daylight came, they saw the Colorado River below them. The Joads drove to the river and sat looking at the lovely water flowing by and the green reeds jerking slowly in the current.
Mind if we stop here a piece?
We don't own it, mister. Stop if you want. There'll be a cop down to look you over.
We got the desert. We got to get water and rest.
Now, Ruthie, Winfield, you come back.
No, I don't
Come on, you kids.
I want to stay and swim.
Don't you give me no sass.
All right.
Ma, when we get there, y'all gonna pick fruit and kind of live in the country, ain't ya?
We ain't there yet. We don't know what it's like. We gotta see.
Me and Connie don't want to live in the country no more. We got it all planned up what we gonna do.
Ain't you gonna stay with us, with the family?
Well, we talked about it, me and Connie. Ma, we want to live in town. Connie gonna get a job in a store or maybe a factory, and he's gonna study at home, maybe radios, so we can get to be an expert and maybe later have his own store, and we'll go to pictures whenever. And Connie says I'm gonna have a doctor when the baby's born, and he says we'll see how times is, and maybe I'll go to a hospital, and we'll have a car, little car, and when he gets done studying at night, why, it'll be nice. And he tore a page out of Western Love Stories, and he's gonna send off for a course, because it don't cost nothing to send off, says right on that clip, and I seen it. And we live in town and go to pictures whenever, and well, I'm gonna have electric iron. And well, I thought maybe we could all go in town, and when Connie gets a store, maybe Al could work for him.
What?
We don't want you to go away from us. It ain't good for folks to break up.
Me? Work for Connie? Shh. How about Connie comes and working for me? He thinks he's the only son of a bitch can study at night? Psst.
Casey, you've been awful goddamn quiet the past few days. What's the matter, getting sour?
I'd done enough talking when I was a preacher to last me the rest of my life.
Yeah, but you done some talking sense, too.
I'm all worried up. I've been watching the cars on the road, them we passed and them that passed us. I've been keeping track.
Track of what?
There's hundreds of families like us all going west. There ain't none of them going east. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed.
It's like a whole country moving.
Well, there is a whole country moving. We're moving too.
Suppose all these folks here and everybody, suppose they can't get no jobs out there.
God damn it, how'd I know? I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. I've done it at Mac for 4 years, just marching in a cell and out of cell and in a mess and out of mess. Jesus Christ. I thought I'd be different when I come out.
Now look, Tom...
I'm gonna take a bath in this here river. I'm gonna wash, and I'm gonna sleep in the shade all day long.
Oh, what the hell. So goddamn hard to say anything.
Get out of my way. Woo! Jesus, I needed this.
Wait for me, Al.
Woo-hoo!
Well, we come through them mountains.
We got the desert yet, and I hear she's a son of a bitch.
Gonna try her tonight?
Well, I don't know, Noah. Do us good to get a little rest, especially Grandma, but other ways, I'd kind of like to get across her and get settled into a job.
Like to just stay here. Like to just lay here forever. Never get hungry. Never get sad. Lay in the water all life long. Lazy as a brewed sow in the mud.
I never seen such tough mountains. This here's murder country. This here's the bones of a country. Wonder if we'll ever get in a place where folks can live without fighting hard, scrabbling rocks. I seen pictures of a country flat and green, and with little houses, like Ma says, white. Ma got her heart set on a white house. Get to thinking there ain't no such country.
Wait till we get to California. You'll see nice country then. Yeah, I got some chores to do.
Better scrunch down on the water, Noah. She'll burn the living Jesus out of you. I'm going to look around, Tom.
Don't go far, Al.
Yeah. Tom.
Yeah, Noah.
Tom, I ain't a-going on.
What you mean?
Tom, I ain't gonna leave this here water. I'm gonna walk down this here river.
You're crazy.
Get myself a piece of line. I'll catch fish. Fella can't starve beside a nice river.
Well, how about the family? How about Mom?
I can't help it. I can't leave this here water. You know how it is, Tom. You know how the folks are nice to me, but they don't really care for me.
Oh, you're crazy.
No, I ain't. I know how I am. I know they're sorry, but... Well, I ain't a-going. You tell Ma,
now
Tom.
you look here.
No, I'm gonna go now, Tom. Down the river, I'll catch fish and stuff. But I can't leave her. I can't. You tell Ma,
Listen,
Tom.
you goddamn
fool. It ain't
fool.
no use. I'm sad, but I can't help it. I gotta go.
Well,
Now you hush, Grandma.
Will, you come here now. I told him to come right here. I'll catch him. I'll take the hair off of him.
She's awful sick.
Well, when you're young, Rose Sharon, everything that happens is the thing all by itself. It's a lonely thing, I know. I remember. Rose Sharon, you're going to have a baby, and that's something to you lonely and away. And that's going to hurt you, and the hurt will be a lonely hurt. And this here truck is alone in the world. There's a time of change, and when that comes, dying is a piece of all dying. And barren is a piece of all barren. And barren and dying is two pieces of the same thing. And then things ain't lonely no more. And then a hurt don't hurt so bad, 'cause it ain't a lonely hurt no more, Rosa Sharon. Oh, I wished I could tell you so you'd know, but I can't. Take and fan Grandma.
Yes.
That's a good thing to do. I wished I could tell you so you'd know.
Will, you dirty. You ain't never gonna get clean.
Hush, Grandma. Hush.
Ma, I got something to tell you. Noah, he went on down the river. He ain't a-going on.
Why?
Ain't going. What the hell's the matter with him?
I don't know. Says he's got to stay. Says for me to tell you.
How'll he eat?
I don't know. Says he'll catch fish.
Family's falling apart. I don't know.
It's my fault. That boy's all my fault.
He'll be all right, Ma. He's a funny kind of fella.
I just can't seem to think no more.
My fault.
No.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
Pa.
I can't. My fault. Damn.
So this here's the desert. Jesus, what a place. How'd you like to walk across her?
People done it. Lots of people done it, and if they could, we could.
Lots must have died.
Well, we ain't come out exactly clean.
Casey, you're a fella ought to know what to do.
What to do about what, John?
I don't know.
Well, that's gonna make it easy for me.
Well, you've been a preacher.
Well, look, John, everybody takes a crack at me because I've been a preacher. Preacher ain't nothing but a man.
Yeah, but he's a kind of man, else he wouldn't be a preacher. I want to ask you, well, you think a fella could bring bad luck to folks?
I don't know.
Well, see, I was married. Fine, good girl. And one night, she got a pain in her stomach. And she says, John, you better get me a doctor. And I says, hell, you just ate too much. She gave me a look. And she groaned all night, and she died the next afternoon. You see, I killed her. And since then, I tried to make it up, mostly to kids. And I tried to be good, and I can't. I get drunk, and I go wild.
Everybody goes wild, I do too.
Yeah, but you ain't got a sin on your soul like me.
Well, sure I got sins. Everybody got sins. A sin is something you ain't sure about. Them peoples that's sure about everything and ain't got no sin, well, with that kind of son of a bitch, if I was God, I'd kick the ass right out of heaven. Couldn't stand them.
I got a feeling I'm bringing bad luck to my own folks.
Man gotta do what he gotta do.
You think it was a sin to let my wife die like that?
Well, for anybody else, it was a mistake, but if you think it was a sin, then it's a sin. Fella builds his own sins right up from the ground.
I gotta give that a going over.
What's this here?
Agricultural inspection. We gotta look over your stuff. Got any vegetables or seeds?
No.
Well, we gotta look over your stuff. You gotta unload.
Look, mister, we got a sick old lady. We got to get her to a doctor. We can't wait. You can't make us wait.
Yeah, well, we gotta look you over.
I swear, well, we ain't got anything. I swear it. And Grandma's awful sick. Look at her.
Oh, by God, she is. Go on ahead. I couldn't hold her.
Maybe it was a bluff.
Oh, Jesus, no, you should have seen that old woman's face. That wasn't no bluff.
All night they bored through the hot darkness, and jackrabbits scuttled into the lights and dashed away in long, jolting leaps. And the dawn came up behind them, and then, suddenly, they saw the great valley below them.
Jesus Christ! Look!
The vineyards, the orchards, the great flat valley, green and beautiful, the trees set in rows, and the farmhouses.
God almighty.
I want to look at her.
I never knowed there was anything like her.
Ma, come look! It's California!
Where's
We're there!
Ma? I want Ma to see it. Ma, my God, Ma, you sick?
You say we're crossed.
Look!
Oh, thank God. The family's here.
You sick, Ma?
No, just tired.
Was Grandma bad?
Grandma died
When?
before they stopped us last night.
So that's why you didn't want him to look.
I was afraid we wouldn't get across. I told Grandma we couldn't help her. The family had to get across. She can get buried in a nice green place. She got to lay her head down in California.
Jesus Christ, you're laying there with her all night long.
The family had to get across.
Oh, Mom.
Now, don't touch me. I'll hole up if you don't touch me. That'd get me.
All night long. John, there's a woman so great with love she scares me. Makes me afraid and mean.
Oh, that valley's awful pretty. I wish they could have saw it.
I wish so too.
They was too old. They wouldn't have saw nothing that's here. Grandpa would have been a-seeing the Injuns in the prairie country when he was a young fella. And Grandma would have remembered and seen the first home she lived in. They was too old. Who's really seeing it is Ruthie and Winfield.
Here's Tommy, talking like a grown-up man. Talking like a preacher almost.
He is. Rode way up. Way up so I can't get hold of him sometimes.
I guess we gotta go to the coroner, wherever he is. We gotta get her buried decent. How much money might be left, Pa?
About $40.
Jesus, are we gonna start clean? We sure ain't bringing nothing with us.
This is LA Theatre Works' production of The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, adapted by Frank Galati. Our story continues next time. I'm Susan Loewenberg, producing director of LA Theatre Works.